Hey masters, welcome back to JoanMedia. Today I have a very interesting video about Postman and API testing. We're gonna start a series of videos about some basic training for Postman, how to send requests to a RESTful API, check the different HTTP methods. Over here we're gonna take a look at this table. Also we're gonna learn how to write test scripts to make sure that the response that we receive from a API request is the correct one, and a lot of good stuff, right? So please subscribe, let a like, and let me know in the comment section if you want to take a look of a specific topic. I know that probably Postman it is actually most used for manual testing, or actually for developers to make sure that they are sending their correct requests, but it is a good start for API testing. So I think that we can start with this. So let's go ahead and download the Postman from this link. You have to access postman.com/downloads, and you just have to click on download the app to get this in your operating system. I also recommend you to install Node.js, because probably in a future video we're gonna be learning how to use Newman to automatically send, or actually automatically execute a group of collections to automatically integrated with Jenkins and this kind of stuff, right? So I highly recommend you to install the application itself and also Node.js, okay? So as soon as you download and install Postman and you open it, you're gonna have something like this. And the first thing that we're gonna be doing is create a request. So I'm gonna click on this, and this is the interface that we are gonna have in the left panel. We have these icons over here: collections, APIs, environments, mock servers, and monitors. Don't worry about this. We're gonna learn how to use them in a future video. But for now, I want to introduce you to this view over here. Here we can set the name of the request right over here. Here we can define which HTTP method we want to use, right? So for example, we can set a get method, or a post one, or a put, or a patch, or delete, right? But in this case, I'm gonna be doing a get for introduce you to this topic, okay? As you can see, we have multiple tabs over here. We have parameters, we have authorization. Inside of the authorization part, you can set the needed, right? The needed authentication method. So for example, we have the bearer token, where we can access or actually set the token over here. We also have an API key, the OAuth 2.0, right, which is very useful too. We also have, for example, the AWS signature and so on, right? We also have headers over here in case we need them. We have the body, which is very useful in some cases, right? When, for example, you want to make a post request, probably you have to write down your endpoint over here, right? And you may need to send the body that you want to post, right, in your endpoint. So sometimes you'll need to do that. It will look something like this. For example, you can create a JSON body and send for example, the ID number 2, I don't know, and the title, for example, test, right? And that's basically an example of a body that you can send with the post request to a specific endpoint. I'm gonna try to explain you this in another video, right? But this is an introduction part. Also, we can set some pre-request scripts and also the tests that I am interested, because probably you will need this to test your API, right? But let's go ahead and read about the documentation to see what offers Postman, right, and how it works. Here in the documentation, you can see that it is explaining us how to sending our first request. Okay, it is saying that each API request uses an HTTP method. Okay, and the most common methods are get, post, patch, put, and delete. Okay, the get method is gonna be retrieving data from an API, right? The post method is gonna be sending new data to an API. The patch and put methods update existing data, and delete removes existing data. I have this table over here that explain some scenarios, right? For example, when you send a post request, which is actually a create request, right, you're gonna be receiving a 201 a response code, okay, which means created. Every single number over here, the status code has a meaning. And I have another article over here that you can see. We have like families of HTTP status codes. So for example, when we have a 100 or 101 or 102, it is an informational response. When you are receiving a 200 a response code, it is going to be a success one, okay? For example, the 201 is going to be for a created resource, right? And there is another scenarios, right? For example, as accepted, reset content, not content, no content, and so on, right? But the most used are the 200, okay, right? And the 201 created. And when you send a post request, that's basically what you're gonna be receiving. Probably you have seen the 404 error when you're not finding the correct web page, right? This is basically an HTTP response about client error. Yeah, so please have this in your mind, and probably in the future we're gonna come here and check more HTTP status codes and check why we are receiving them, right? I also want to check about the get HTTP verb, right? You're gonna be receiving a 200 OK when you are getting the data as you expect, right? That's basically the idea of this code. The put one, you're gonna be receiving a different status codes, but I don't know, I don't want to mess with this because probably can confuse if some of you are new with this, so I'll try to keep it simple. Let's imagine that we have only these methods, right? The post, the get, the put, the patch, and the delete method, and we can use them to send API requests and have responses, okay? So let's go ahead and start with our first request, okay? As you can see in this image, Postman works pretty simple. The first step that we have to do is enter your request details. In this case, it is a simple URL, a simple endpoint, and I have this endpoint over here, which is gonna be retrieving this to-do item, okay? I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna copy this endpoint. I'm gonna paste it in my Postman in this bar over here, and it is gonna be my endpoint, okay? And if I change this to be a get, because I want to retrieve the data from the API, and I click on send, let's take a look of the image, right? If I come here, the number or the step number 2 is saying that the API server, right, in this case is this JSON placeholder, it is gonna be receives our request, right, and it is returning a response, and Postman is gonna be displaying this response in our interface, okay, as soon as we click on the send button. So as you can see, I click on send, and at the bottom of this UI you can see that I have a response over here. This body is the response to the API request get to this particular resource number 1, okay? And we are receiving this JSON object over here, basically. In this JSON object, we have a user ID key, an ID key, an ID title, a title key, a completed key, and every single key that we have here has a value. Have this in mind because we're gonna need to know this key value concept to test our responses, okay? You can check the response in different formats. For example, we have the pretty view, then we have the raw one, and also the preview. We can actually check if it is returning a cookie, if it is returning a header that we want. Let's imagine that you need that this request return a date, so you can check if it is the correct one, for example, right? And also we have the test results tab over here. So I also want to show you something else, right? If you check this body response, we have a status code over here, and it is returning a 200 OK. If we go to the the status codes table that explain what is happening with every single code. Well, the 200 OK is basically a correct success message, okay? And as you can see, we are receiving it correctly. But now you may want to make sure that every single time that you request a get to this particular endpoint and resource, you are getting the 200 OK to make sure that the API works correctly. And that's something that you can do with Postman. I don't want to mess around with this a lot, but with this line of code, for example, if I paste it in my tests part and I send it again, you can see that I'm having a test result over here, because basically we're making sure that the status code is 200 over here. If we are not receiving 200 OK, this test is gonna be a failure, and I can prove that. So for example, if I delete the to-dos over here, it is not gonna have the correct endpoint path or format, right? And as you can see, we're gonna be receiving a 404 not found, okay? And the test is failing. It is saying that the status test is failing, and we have an assertion error saying that the expected response to have a status code 200 but got 404, and that's not correct. And you can do a lot of validations. For example, you can check the time, the response time, if it is the in a kind of allowed time response interval, right? You can also check the size if you want. If you want to take a look and about the body itself, make sure that we have the correct title, if the completed key has the false value, you can do it, you can test it. And that's some of the advantages of Postman, because we have a kind of beautiful UI over here and we can take a look of the different details, right? It is important that you can also save your values in a variable, right? I'm gonna try to explain you that too. You can set environment variables, local variables, collections variables, and so on. And that's basically a very good introduction, I guess, for the first video. I hope that in the next ones we can take a look of the different methods. For example, how to send a post, how to check if it is working or actually it is returning the correct data, how to save the data. I don't know, a lot of combinations that we can have. It is going to be a pretty simple, because I also, that's something that I like, right? To keep everything simple, and you can scale with the concept to, to your work, for example, right? So thank you very much, guys. I guess that it was a very good video to introduce you, and thank you very much. Please let me know in the comment section if you have any kind of suggestion, any feedback. I'm open to hear that about that, because I'm not an expert at all, but I'm trying to give you this introduction. Thank you very much, guys. I hope that we can see you in the next video. Bye bye.